shot your shot at somebody?
No, I'm not as forward with it, but I will like make eye contact with someone. I will smile. I will give them proceed. I will give them permission to proceed.
It's so funny because me and my boyfriend were on the phone and he, in his mind, I did all the work and slid into his DMs. I had to go all the way back to last summer. Like, no, sir, I did not slide in your DMs. You slid in my DMs first. And he was like, no, babe, it didn't happen like that. And I said, yeah, I did. I'm in our DMs like, Now, yes, I liked all the pictures first.
Yeah.
So I sent the smoke screen.
Right.
But you slid in the DMs. Mutual interest there. And I had to be like, so online, like, that's definitely how I do it. I'm a like,
you know what's crazy? A guy would have never been able to get me from liking mad photos. I don't really look at that. I don't look at that. I don't be looking. I feel
like it's different for them.
I do, and especially
we get a lot more engagement.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
But not only that, and we talked about like when. Okay, this is gonna sound elitist. When you have a blue check, you also stand out more than a guy without one.
That's true.
So I'm not gonna notice a guy without one, but one with one, you gonna see it.
God, that sounds so.
Let's
be normal people. Hypothetical question. Now, today is all about luck and love. You told me that, you've got some takes on that. So I've got a question for both of you. Would you rather, let's say you laid out your type on the table, what they had to look like, money, and morals. If your family could arrange a marriage based on those three things to give you your type, would you rather end up with that person forever or remain single until you could possibly find that person that checks those boxes on your own?
Definitely the second one for me. I don't want any arranged marriage. I don't. First off, ain't nobody in my family really got the nigga they want. So what I want them picking my up on?
But it's
like y'all ain't got it right.
Money
but
and
to
morals.
me, what I realized too, looks cool. I mean, clearly I have a type. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Again, I overshare, so my boyfriend knows a few of my ex-partners, and he has a problem with him being a part of my type. He hates that they all look the same, but I don't care, whatever. So looks is easy, I think, for any of my friends. Money, that's subjective. And then morals, I think, change over time, essentially. I mean, you have your character, but depending on if you move, how you view things, I think those things can change. To me, it's 100% energy and connection, and also the bedroom. So to me, those three things, it just is. So those three things wouldn't even necessarily be just my top three.
Mom, you should have checked his dick.
So when you were asking that question, my first thought was the second one. I would rather choose them myself because I thought about my parents. My parents are still together. Great. We love that for them. They got together really young.
Okay.
So they have never chosen a partner with an adult brain. They have chosen partners with like teenage brains, and it worked out well for them.
Right.
But that's their only experience with it, doing that back in the 80s versus choosing a partner for like a 30-something-year-old woman today. I just don't know if I trust it.
I think we're also different than a woman from in the 80s too.
Yeah, I just want to do it myself.
Well, if someone is picking it based on the things that you want, right?
They don't know.
That's literally
right. They don't know.
They don't know. If let's just say you put, he's got to make this much, he has to look like this, and they actually got it. I think that still doesn't work because that's a dating app. When I swipe you right, it's because you already checked those boxes.
It's also not accounting for like energy, connection.
I mean, I have a type too, but I don't always date them because sometimes energy just takes me a different place.
Right.
Like, I have dated so many different looking men long term because they just superseded the vanity for me. Like, don't get me wrong. Sure, I want to fuck my man every day and just looking at him, I get excited. But like, fuck, like to me, the personality and the way he treats me is God tier. Like, I've been asking for something like that my whole life. And if it was just looks, I may not have gotten there. But definitely looks got the door open, right? But I think what's helped me, even in friendships, it's not always what it looks like. Like, I recently said, damn, my friends do so many different things. Some are high up the corporate ladder. Some are millionaires. Some are still figuring it out. Like, I'm able to find what I like in that personality. And I think with relationships, we've probably all become a little too shallow. Because when you're on the dating apps, are you swiping someone left because they don't look the exact way you need them to when they could have been fucking amazing? Because in person, you vibe with someone a lot harder if they don't check everything. I mean, I'm sure we've all had that experience. Like, damn, I'm kind of surprised this worked out that way. But maybe he would have went left if on the app. And I think we're not giving people like enough chances. We're so used to that instant gratification. I wish I could have met someone in person. I hate that my story's from Hinge, but
if it works, it works.
Yeah. And I recently found a stat that says 60% of people today meet online. We'll talk about that.